Let me ask you a question. If you inherited a house, some land, or other assets, when can you actually sell them? Like, is it immediate? You have to wait months, a year, or do you need permission from someone you've never met, but apparently has a very official title? And the second question, the one that people don't always say out loud, what if you need the money now? Or maybe you don't emotionally want to hold on to the property, but you're worried about doing something wrong or disrespectful or even illegal. By the end of this video, you'll understand when inherited assets can be sold, what usually has to happen first, and how probate affects the timeline without legal jargon, without scare tactics, and without pretending this is just a transaction instead of something that usually follows a loss.
For a comprehensive list of everything you need to know about probate, click the link in the description.
First, let's clear up the biggest misconception. Inheriting something does not automatically mean you can sell it immediately. I know, that surprises a lot of people. In most cases, inherited assets have to go through a process called probate before they can be legally sold. Probate is essentially the court-supervised process of making sure debts are paid and assets are distributed correctly. Now, whether probate is required and how long it takes depends on a few key things. And yes, this is where everyone says it depends, but stick with me. First question the court cares about, was there a will? If there was a valid will, the court usually appoints someone called a personal representative or executor. That person is responsible for managing the estate, including selling assets if the will allows it. If there was no will, the court still appoints a personal representative, but now Florida law decides who inherits what and how. And here's the part most people really want to know. Yes, inherited property can sometimes be sold during probate, but, and this is a big but, it usually requires approval from the court. And the sale has to be handled by the personal representative, not just any heir who happens to have a set of keys. So even if you're the only child, the favorite child, or the one who always showed up on the holidays, probate still has rules. The reason for the delay isn't to make your life harder, it's to protect everyone involved. Before assets can be distributed or sold freely, the estate has to notify creditors, pay valid debts, handle taxes, and confirm the rightful heirs. Only after that happens does the court allow the estate to fully wrap up, and that's when assets can usually be sold without restriction. So how long does this take? Well, in a simple probate, you might be looking at a few months. A more complex estate, especially with multiple heirs or disputes, could take a year or longer. That's why timing matters and why planning matters even more. Now here's some good news. Not all inherited assets go through probate. Things like assets held in a trust, jointly owned property with rights of survivorship, or accounts with named beneficiaries. Those can often be transferred or sold much faster, sometimes almost immediately. This is also why estate planning attorneys sleep very well at night. I also want to say this because it matters. If you're watching this because you recently lost someone and you're trying to make decisions while grieving, that's hard, really hard. Selling an inherited property isn't just a financial decision. It can be emotional, complicated, and sometimes guilt-ridden, even when it's the right choice. So here's the practical takeaway. If you've inherited assets and are wondering when you can sell, find out whether probate is required. Identify who the personal representative is, understand whether court approval is needed, and get guidance before signing anything or making assumptions. A small mistake early can delay things months later. The good news is this. Inherited assets can be sold. It's just about timing and process. And when handled correctly, probate doesn't have to be overwhelming or adversarial. It's just a system, one that works best when you understand it. If this video helped, save it or share it with someone who you think might need it. Also, if you have any questions, just give us a call, 904-544-5252.